Neighbors are describing some sort of crash taking place further down on Clybourne, and then police say a car sped this way, peeled off on Willow. People are walking around and for the first time noticing these small red pieces.
Are you near tears, and did you cry before we were talking?
I think I'm going to cry when I get home.
Some of the stores around Wrigley are so packed it can be difficult getting through some of these aisles. Now, the business is also telling us they're having difficulty unpacking items to put on display before they're sold. Police rush from their posts outside the UIC pavilion. They find a struggle between officers and a protester, and that protester finds himself subdued and bloodied on the pavement of a nearby intersection. A handful of other activists are taken away by law enforcement, the violence impacting police as well as an officer is spotted bleeding at the scene.
Tonight, we won, okay?
Elation preceded the bloodshed as those against presidential candidate Donald Trump celebrated what they called a grassroots victory, many believing their protest played a role in the businessman postponing his speech, several calling for controlled celebrations despite all the political adrenaline. Unfortunately, not all listened to that plea for peace. We reached out to the Chicago Police Department to find out how many people were arrested and also the medical condition of those injured. They told us they did not have the information at this point in time, but would follow up in the hours ahead. This story doesn't start with a gush of news. It begins with a drip.
It's because you see it's still running.
It continues with concerns about a fall or a slip.
Sliding on the ice. Duct tape.
They wrapped the raincoat around, then they got the duct tape and wrapped the duct tape around trying to stop it from leaking.
Not sure what that is.
And it's still leaking.
Broken for months and months.
Somewhere underneath the makeshift Band-Aid for a leak, you'll see the fire hydrant in 43rd and Champlain. This tale of the tape extends to downtown as well. Pictures show now fixed hydrants in Wabash and another bagged and taped on State.
You don't take nothing like that up. You fix that.
If your house is on fire, do you depend on that hydrant?
Oh, no, man.
Well, if they had seen the tape and plastic on it, they would have immediately gone to the next hydrant.
Gary Litherland of the Department of Water says firefighters would instead go to a hydrant less than 300 feet away. He calls the tape jobs something neighbors did. Our call to his office fixed the problem, and he's calling on neighbors to alert the city so future leaks don't linger.
We try to get to them all within 24 hours.
If you see a fire hydrant in the city of Chicago that needs service, the city is reminding you this evening to call 311 or visit their website and fill out a report.
3 more outs! 3 more outs!
It was unbelievable.
3 more outs! 3 more outs!
Everyone was going crazy. People were crying. It's been 71 years since we've been to the World Series.
I have no words.
There's no way.
What generations of Cubs fans found difficult to express, and players long departed weren't able to say, finally spilled into a locker room.
Oh, it feels so good to burn.
The celebration, a cocktail of euphoria and disbelief.
Well, it was unreal.
Hey, Chicago, what did you say? Let's go!
These fans have been unbelievable since day one.
Nothing better to play for the Cubs in front of this crowd.
To give you an idea of really what that impact is, we break out the soccer ball. What I'm going to do is I'm going to kick it across the surface here, and you get an idea of how warped this pavement is. Now imagine trying to ride a bike out here.
This is a major tourist attraction.
If the Lakeshore Path is the face of this city, it is starting to show blemishes too big to ignore.
It's bad out there.
Too big to bike through, forcing some to walk over.
To have something like this happen is terrible.
South of Oak Street Beach, you'll find sections of warped, cracked, uneven surface, a 30-yard stretch of the high-use running and bike path looking more like a BMX course. Those not hopping over the pavement debris find themselves maneuvering around it. Over the past decade, Cliff Gilboa has seen the elements chip away at this stretch of pavement.
Not quite this bad.
This year's results remind him of a natural disaster.
Kind of a small earthquake on the path here.
It looks a little dangerous.
The concern is someone biking or running will eventually take a detour to the hospital, while there are markers indicating the city is aware of the problem. A short walk north, you'll find another marker reading "Fix Me."
That's crazy.
We can't show you what a vandal left next to those words, but the perverted plea to address the pavement is gaining support.
We live in a better city than what we see here.
The Park District issuing this statement reading, quote, "After a season of windy weather and high wave action, portions of the lakefront trail are in need of repair. The Chicago Park District has assessed the damage in impacted areas." They go on to say that those repairs will be made sometime within the next 2 weeks. You could try to capture the tempo of this town. Attempt to take a photo
Strikingly beautiful.
of its heartbeat.
I'm looking for angles.
He usually gets, 50 to 100 pictures of him a day.
Yeah, it blew me away, actually.
But for all the pictures, beautiful or bizarre, one image stands out.
A dog walk itself on a leash.
Come on, let's go.
Oh my God. Oh, is he cute?
Like many golden retrievers, 9-year-old Sporty liked to carry something like a toy or ball in his mouth. But years ago, he instead began toting his own tether.
I insist on it. It's kind of a mutual thing.
His owner, David Duncan, adopted the former agility and championship show dog. Sporty has since taken his leash and his showmanship to the sidewalk as the city's unofficial fluffiest landmark.
He was in Chicago Magazine, he was in New York Mag.
You are an awesome dog.
He is a little bit of a local celebrity around here, yeah.
Duncan is quick to point out if anyone is uncomfortable with the retriever's reception, he's never too far away, and Sporty's strap goes back on.
No. No, you come on.
From 9 to 5, Duncan is an options trader.
I yell and scream all day.
Because of that, Sporty is as much a therapy dog for him as the canine is for all the strangers he greets.
He's everything. I don't know what I'd do without him. I really don't.
Hi, baby.
Or he spreads the love. He makes people happy, I just want to give him back, what he's given me.
A dog that walks to a different beat.
Oh my God, he's so cute.
Sporty may not own this river walk, but he's got a leash on it.
We're going to do this as long as he wants.
Jeremy Ross, CBS 2 News.